Good morning, sir. And this is the presentation of our Lazatech-Educate final project application. Lazatech-Educate is a web-based application that provides its users with knowledge about the XRP ledger and the Lazatech social media website application. It is a capstone project of Gabriel Adrian Alvaro, Marian Guerra, and Mariel Guerra. Initially, the proposed website application is an online learning website that comprises courses and lessons about the social media and its cryptocurrency integration. It will teach them how to use the Copstorm project as well as the XRP Ledger crypto trading platform.
Will have our business component or how the application will earn some money. We have the advertisements. This is one of an effective way to promote or to stimulate the mobile application. This is a marketing activity that can help you to reach out to potential users and encourage them to have the application increase your customer reach, and this can also gain an advantage over your competitors. Well, this can be in a form of call monetization.
Coil platform provides an alternative to traditional paid advertising for online monetization. As consumers consume content or hover over the courses page or the quiz, Coil employs the Interledger Protocol (ILP) to broadcast micropayments. The payment channels of the XRPL are a suitable method for settling these micropayments quickly and cheaply.
Second, we have the crypto exchange. The crypto token that will be distributed on the platform will have a denomination of LZT token. This token is created on the XRP ledger, allowing it to be traded on the crypto exchange platform. The LZT token, along with its partner token, Laza, will be used for the future projects. Lastly, we have the investors. We all know that the project really is an investment. It's interesting to consider what it would mean to approach the decision to invest in your project with the same rigor with which a typical investor would approach investing in securities. Thus, this is typically at its highest at the beginning of the project, and yet that's when the first decision to invest in the project must be made.
And now we will be showing to you a demonstration of our application and its functionalities. These functionalities include logging in, forgot password in which the user forgets their password, signing up, displaying the saved information of users to the database in Firebase, the user taking a course, taking quizzes, and addition of token after the user takes a quiz, the buying of items in the shop section, as well as the subtraction of the tokens, as well as logging out. And now we will show to you a video demonstration of our application.
Good morning po sir, and here's our demonstration of the Lazatech-Educate project. So first, I will need to create an account inside the platform. So I would like to input my name, email, it's my personal email, and my desired password. Just, I would like to click the register button to save it and send my credentials to the Firebase authentication. So I will refresh this page if my credentials is saved or inserted inside the Firebase console. There you go. So I am sure that my login credential is saved or inserted inside the authentication um, records of Firebase. So I would like, after registering, I will test the forget password component of the project. So let's click here, and my email is, I would like to insert my email, scabrialver693@gmail.com. Then click reset password. Yan. I would like check my email inbox. There, there you go. Follow this link to reset your Lazatech account password for this. Here's my email. So I would like to click this link for resetting my password. Yan. So I will change it to that one. Then save. Okay. It was accepted by Firebase console. I'll close this one. Then I will insert my new password with my email. Gabriel Alvaro 693 gmail.com. Then my new password. Login. There you go. And here's the home page of the project. So the function of logging in, registering, forgot password, and the Firebase database is all working from within the project. All my credentials are saved on the database, and I can log in and forget password at the same time.
This is our courses page. Let's check our token balance before answering the quiz. As you can see, we have one token balance, and let's try to answer the quiz. Let us now check our balance after answering the quiz. Let's try to buy some merch. The alert box will show you the name of the product, the price, and your token balance. Let us now log out.
And now we will talk about the development process of our application. This part includes the frameworks and the modules that we have used in developing our application. To further discuss this, I would like to call in Mr. Alvaro.
Um, we've used Ionic and Angular framework to construct components inside the project, and also its modules like Firebase, as is instructed, Firebase authentication, Firestar database, and routing module. We use Firestar database because it is much newer and easy to use. Routing module is for the navigation of other pages. Alert controller is used as a dialog that presents users with information or collects information from them using inputs. The responsive form group is used to build in responsiveness into our Angular form using the grid layout. It helped define how the form elements behave across the multiple screen sizes. And OutGuard is used on our project to prevent unauthorized access in Ionic after login. Angular provides guards to prevent navigation and loading of routes. And lastly, the HTTP client module is used to create comprehensive Ionic HTTP requests inside the project.
I am Benson Attention. I'm here to explain some of the important codes in our project. We can start here at the app error message component that you can see both in our register page and in our login page. This error message component will only show if the show error message function returns true, and it will only return true if the field has been touched or the field has errors. We have two types of error, the required error and the email error. The required error checks if the field is empty, while the email error checks the user email if it is valid or it is in an email format. Let us now go to the TypeScript of the register page. The register function will check if the name, email, and password returns true, meaning if it has something in it. It will then create a loading component, and this that AFAuth, which is the Angular file authentication, create user with email and password. This is from Firebase itself with this.email and this.password. And then it will send an email verification to the email that you have inputted. This.afs, which is the Angular Firestore, that collection in Firebase is the database. It, this is the name of the database that we use, user. It will then set the user ID to data.user.uid, which is automatically generated in Firebase. It will then set the username to the name that you inputted and the email. This user token, user course 1 and user course 1 score is for, we will discuss this later. After setting the name in the email, it will then dismiss the loading and then show a toast that says registration successful. Please check your email with the color of success. It will then navigate to the login. If an error occurred, it will catch the error and show it into the toast. The error message will come from Firebase. In here, it checks if the name, the email, and the password is true. Else, it will show a toast that says please complete the form with the warning color. This is the toast, the creation of the toast. Let us move on to the login page. As you can see here, we also have the same component. So let us jump right into the login page TypeScript. In the login page TypeScript, we have created a toast and the login function. If this.email and this.password returns true, meaning if it has something in it, this.auth, which is the auth service that we created, will then run the sign-in function with this.email and this.password. If this email and this password returns false, the toast will show that please enter your email and password with the warning color. This is our auth service, and this is the sign-in function that I said earlier. It will create a loading, and then this.afauth, which is the Angular File Authentication, will set persistence to Firebase uh, local, meaning if you didn't log out, even if you close the browser or the tab, it will still be logged in. This that Angular File Authentication sign in with email and password. This is from Firebase itself. And then if the data.user that email verified, the email verified is from Firebase. if it is not verified, then the loading will be dismissed and the toast will show that please verify your email address with a color of warning. It will also sign you up. Else, if it is verified, loading dismiss and then you will be navigated to the home. If an error occurred, it will also show the toast that have the error message. This is our sign out function. It will create a loading and then this dot af auth dot sign out. Angular Fire Authentication. It will dismiss the loading and then navigate you back into the login. After the login and the register, we have the forgot password TypeScript. In the HTML of the forgot password, we only get your email. The forgot function is if this.email returns true, and it will create a loading, and then this.afauth Angular Fire Authentication will send password reset email. This is from Firebase itself into this.email or your email. And then it will dismiss the login and then the toast will show that please check your email and then navigate you back into the login. If an error occurred, it will also show you the toast that has the error message in it. If this.email returns false, then the toast will show that please enter your email address. After the forgot password, email, register, and login, we have this auth guard, the authentication guard, which stops the user if the user is not logged in. As you can see here, if is logged in, if not is logged in, then you will be returned to the login page and then return false. After logging in, we can now go to the home page, which don't have um, TypeScript in it. So we should go to the Lazatech courses page now. In the Lazatech courses page, we have this welcome to Lazatech website, and we have this course. Complete this course if you want, and we have this button that if you click, it will run the go function and pass the parameter ID as true. In the TypeScript, we have the go function with the parameter, and if the ID is equals true, then this router that navigate to the course one. Else if ID is false, this.alert will alert that the course is currently unavailable. For now, we only have one course that will return the ID to true. The rest will return it to false. Let us now go into our quiz page. As you can see here, we have the button that will only show if the show variable is false. And we also have this ion list with the ion radio group that will only show if the show variable returns true. On initialization of the quiz page, we will get the data from the database. We will also fetch the questions.json, which contains our questions, and then store it into this question, or QSTN for short. Upon the clicking of this button, the it will check if this.course1 is equals to false. Mm. Upon registration, the default value of the course1 is false, meaning hindi pa po nakakapag-take ng quiz. Else, if that returns true, the alert will show that you have already taken the course quiz. If it is false, this.show is equals to true, meaning this ion button will be hidden along with these ion buttons. or the menu button. It will then show this ion list which has the question index, and the question text. If this index is less than this.items, this.items is the length of the array. It will then check your answer. If it is null, the project won't do anything, or the code won't do anything. Else, if this dot q answer, or your answer, question answer, is equals to this dot question index dot answer, meaning it matches the if your answer matches the correct answer, um, it will then set your token. It will add one into the token, and it will also add one into the user score. It will also show an alert which is congratulations, you earned a token. This that you answer is equals to null. This will reset your choices, so you will be ready for the next question. This that index plus equals 1, meaning it will move the index 1 because the starting index would be 0. Else, if your answer is not equals to the question index that answer, the alert will show that you got the wrong answer, and it will show you the correct answer. Again, it will reset your answer, and it will add the index. We use the index po so that we can show the questions one at a time. Else, if this dot index is greater than this dot items, it will this dot show is equals to false, meaning it will again hide this, and it will show this button and the ion menu button above. It will, it will also show an alert that says congratulations, you earned this that score out of the number of items. Again, for the database, we will set the name to the name, email to email, token to token, and user course 1 score. And this is the important part. The user course 1 will now be true, meaning that you have already taken the quiz. As you can remember here, this that course 1 is equal. If this that course 1 is equals to false, meaning if the course 1 is false or you haven't taken the quiz yet, it will run this. If it returns true, the alert will show that you have already taken the course quiz and you scored this that course 1 score points. I think that's all for the quiz page. So let's now move on to the store page. The store page HTML has this ion grid row and column, which means if the size of the screen is large, it will occupy 4 spaces. And kung tatandaan po natin, 12 po sa isang grid. So, meaning it will show 3 at a time. If the size of the screen is 6, it will then show 2 at a time. If the size of the screen is extra small, it will occupy the grid and it will only show 1. ng4 let image of merge and let I is equals to index. This is our merge, and it contains the pictures of the merge. This would be index 0, index 1, 2, and so on. So this image, upon clicking the image, this details function with the parameter of I or index will run. The details function is here. If the index or I is equals to 0 or I is equals to 1, it will show an alert that has the name of the product, your token balance, and the price of the product. This alert also has the header, message, subheader, and the price. This is the header, the message, the subheader, and this is the price. The alert, this alert have two buttons, the cancel button and the buy button, which will run the pay function with the parameter of the price. This is the pay function with the parameter price. If this the token or your token is less than the price or this 3, 5, 7 or 2, it will show that you don't have enough tokens. Else, this is for the database. It will then subtract the price into your current tokens, and the alert will show that you have purchased successfully. We also have this logout button which runs the logout function. The logout function will run this.auth or the auth service and run the signout function. In our auth service, the signout function will create a loading and then this dot angular file authentication dot sign out. Then loading dismiss and you will be now redirected to the login. I think that's all for the important codes on our project. Thank you.
And that's all po, sir, for our final project presentation. Thank you po for listening and watching. Okay na yan. Goods na. Stop recording.